cosplay thing.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Thursday. Welcome into the morning hookup. Bill Hooks, Elijah, Justice. That was unique. I like it. I don't hear you. I cannot hear Elijah.
Oh, he's got it.
There you go.
We're good now.
Can you replay that for Elijah? That was good because that's kind of where we're going to go.
One, we have acknowledged it on this show. I don't think that either of us have ever criticized him for it. The thing that I think is a problem is that Raiola looks like Patrick Mahomes. He acts like Patrick Mahomes. He does the cosplay thing.
Oh, whoops. Did I do that?
Oh.
Who made that decision?
What happened? Welcome in.
Gosh,
Happy
we're supposed
Thursday.
to play some music.
Happy Thursday.
Instead, you played the receipts.
Yeah, receipts. We'll just play those. Happy Thursday. We're going to talk Huskers, bye-week questions, Major League Baseball, or keep updating what the races are. Whew, after last night.
Well, we also got into is it the MVP moment for the big dumper?
I think it was last night.
Which I think I don't know. All I'm saying is I think I told
he-
you right before the All-Star break that your best bet to an MVP was Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, did he go steal it last night with what he did? Also, a pitcher joined historical moment last night. Not many did what he did after another no decision, Paul Skeens last night. Thursday night football. We're going to take you out west for Seattle and Arizona, talk a little bit about that. Then Marco D'Angelo, wagertalk.com. 4 college, 4 pro. They gosh for a bye week. No Nebraska. But he's got a lot of interesting plays.
I mean, could
Last week, by the way, 6-2.
from a betting point of view, could be the most interesting college football weekend of the season so far. And I am thankful that it's a Husker bye week. Not that I will run to the sportsbook. Maybe I'll go put down, like I was saying this earlier, maybe like a couple different $3 9-leg parlays
Why
and see
not?
what happens.
Why not have something to view for?
A little
So
something to
what?
root for.
On the net, because I listened to Marco, a little bit. So I decided to sauce a little, coin myself. And I will say I had a pretty good weekend from Marco. His diciest bet of the week, Kansas City -6 on the road.
How'd that go?
That one ended up splashing down.
Yeah,
Come on,
it did.
brother.
Mhm.
I mean,
They'll be interesting
he's
because I
got good
know
ones.
when you listen to some of just knowing Marco and having Marco on, I can already hear some of the verbiage for some of these games based on whether it be a coach not around anymore, whether it be a new starting quarterback that gives you a little jolt on the road. Don't know. There's a lot of verbiage within those games you'll hear today, right after 10 o'clock.
Elijah, I told Hooksy this. I had a great joke in case the Penn State-Oregon game came my way. I was going to make an expanding sideline joke a la Penn State-Nebraska back in the day.
Mhm.
I was saying, if Oregon catches the ball 3 feet out of bounds, good luck. If you see Trevor Pena catch one about 5 feet near the medical tent, might just give him a catch. You never know.
It's going to be a lot to get to today with Marco. So he'll come up just after 10 o'clock and some stories that we missed. And a whole lot of you guys want to feel free to jump in 402-489-1240. Give us a call. Light up the tote board. Just call, say hi. We'll check in on you guys as well. Boy, another beautiful morning outside. We're locked down in some weather right now.
Enjoy it while you can, folks.
Yep.
Enjoy it while you can, folks.
Told my kids out this morning. He's like, it's kind of chill. I'm like, roll the windows down.
It'll get colder soon.
We're going to cruise.
It's
Yes.
it's those type of mornings that are they a little chilly compared to what we've had? Yes. Are they also the type of mornings that give you the will to live? Absolutely.
Oh,
These-
my
these
gosh.
are what you live for.
These are the ones that make you stand up straight.
Yeah,
And
when I
just be blessed and be safe and just feel all the good
Right.
vibes.
because when I rolled out of bed this morning, I started, walking up the hill to get to my car, and I was like, oh, feel that air, man. There's dew on the grass still. I was like, yeah, I could get used to this.
It's the type of morning where any outfit combo you wear is going to be comfortable.
Oh,
The
yeah.
entire wardrobe
It doesn't
is
matter.
open to you.
It is.
It's beautiful.
a
Walk into your
plethora.
wardrobe, pick out whatever. It's not going to matter. You're going to be comfortable.
The world is truly your oyster
Uh-huh.
on these types of
Shorts and a
mornings.
t-shirt, you're fine. Shorts and a hoodie, you're fine. Pants and a short sleeve shirt, fine. Pants and a long sleeve shirt, fine.
Mhm.
Pants and a hoodie, fine.
It's one of those mornings and days where nobody will look at you silly.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you're wearing a parka.
what's he wear? I don't care. I'm okay with that. You know where I'm from? Parkas might be okay this morning.
Fair enough.
Okay. So we're gonna talk some Huskers. Get started. We're gonna get to football. We're gonna talk some bye week questions, but I don't know if you guys caught it last night. Nebraska volleyball opened up with Big Ten last night. I'm all about setting the tone kind of guy. Did you watch last night? They set the tone
Mhm.
for the Big Ten. Michigan coming in at 10-1, I believe, winners of 4 straight matches. And they walked into the Bob and just got absolutely destroyed. by that team.
That little payback for what happened on Saturday, you think? You think they saw that
maybe
that maize and blue M and just said, "Oh, we owe you one."
Well, I also think that team was sleepy against Arizona Saturday night.
Oh,
That volleyball team.
Yeah.
They came out sleepy. I mean, Arizona had the highest hitting percentage of the season. The Husker volleyball team didn't have a single block in the first set. They still coasted, don't get me wrong, but they just looked sleepy. I wonder if there was a little bit of
DBK going in,
cracking the whip at practice this week.
I think so. A little bit of that, but I can tell you from the defensive side last night, when you watch the match, locked in when you look at what Michigan hit. Michigan came in on a roll, 4-match win streak, 10-1. They hit negative 33 for the match. You take that with the 2 sets they hit, they were incredible defensively last night. But I wanted to hit on that because, like, setting the tone in the Big Ten, because the Big Ten is tough night in and night out. Nebraska gets everybody's best shot, no matter where you're at home, away. Arizona comes to town. They hit their best. How many times have you heard that over time with Nebraska volleyball? Oh, they came in here and they played above their skis, and that team never hits it like that, and they never block it like that. But setting a tone like that in front of the crowd last night will show you a lot about what this team is about and how they got locked back in.
Well, it's because this team has everything it needs to run the table this regular season, to go undefeated. But it's the games like Saturday night where I know it's just Arizona, but if you come out that flat against a team like Penn State or a team like Wisconsin,
they're going to kick it to you.
They're going to get you. They're going to steal one for you. This was Nebraska's. It's funny to say that you're bouncing back from a sweep where you sweep your opponent, but this felt like a bounce back match for Nebraska where, you know what, we are Husker volleyball. What we showed on Saturday, despite the fact it was a sweep, it wasn't us. We're going to go out there and we're going to play up to the standard that Husker volleyball has set from the course of the past 30 years. They played to their standard and you saw the result. That's what I saw last night.
Something you also saw last night was something that over the years, Cook talked about it. Danny has talked a lot about it, is getting your middles involved at a high rate. You have 2 outstanding middles in Annie Jackson and Rebecca Alec. That last night, by the way, Jackson season high. See what she hit last night? 778 out of the middle. Rebecca Alec hits 412 out of the middle. Both middles, they had 5 kills in the first set alone. And they both combined to hit 660. That offense was clicking last night. Get your middles involved. You get that stuff rolling and get the back row attack rolling like they had going.
I mean, how do you stop it? I think that's the big question. Because I think you guys are absolutely right. They're playing at a level that is not just setting them up for success in the Big Ten, but is setting them up for postseason success. This team's got an eye on the whole thing. They know that they have the talent, that they have the wherewithal, that they have the ability to go win a national championship should they play like it. Everybody thought that about this team last year too, and they got to the Final Four and they kind of laid an egg.
Mm-hmm.
They laid a dud against Penn State. It wasn't, super pretty on a national stage, but now they're the consensus number 1 team. They are the dog to beat in the race. It's now or never, really. It feels like. I mean, this is the culmination of a lot of young talent, along with some people that, John Cook recruited, has been building up, right? You've got some leadership and some veterans on the team. It just feels like it's their time, especially with nobody else posing like a super big challenge. Like you thought maybe Pitt could get something going this season. It's really just been all Olivia Babcock and not a whole lot else. But, you thought maybe that was like your incumbent. Maybe Penn State had come back, but then, their star setter leaves and they've got some issues of their own that they've got to sort out. Wisconsin, they're a good team. Do we know if they have that top end talent like they've had in the past? That remains to be seen. It just feels like this is Nebraska volleyball's year to go really run the table. And if they don't, they got a lot of questions to ask. So to get the Big Ten's campaign at least started off and let a good team know, hey, there's levels to this. Well, it's massive.
And someone sitting at home might be saying, hey, running the table, that's lofty. You don't need to go out and do that. I mean, if this team finishes the regular season with a couple losses, you as a Husker volleyball fan will forgive. But let's be honest. The talent that this team has, accumulation, I mean, your backups would still be a top 10 team in the country. Yeah. Take every starter that you play off the floor, it's still a top 10 team. And that's the type of talent we're talking about with this team. So is it lofty to say, man, they can go run the table? Yeah, it's lofty. But the internal expectation for any team is to go win every single game on your
Yes.
schedule.
That's the mindset.
And this team has the talent to go out and do it. They are better than every other team on their schedule, based on what I've seen.
Oh, they're head and shoulders above. I don't think
Yeah.
it's close
I'd-
right now. I think it's Nebraska and everybody else.
I'd agree. So is it lofty to say run the table? Sure.
No.
Is that the internal expectation, though? Absolutely. If you go down to the Devaney Center, they might not tell you that, but the internal expectation is they want to go win every game this year.
Yeah.
They have the talent to go and do so. Can they just go be locked in every single night?
That's the question. Now, going back to it, you're looking ahead. You always look ahead on schedules, and obviously you said sleepy against Arizona, locked in. Try not to stay too far above your skis or too far ahead of them. They'll be back at it Saturday, 3:00. They got Maryland coming to town. You alluded to where they could be. After that, they hit the road for the first time. Who's their first road opponent? Penn State. It's a match you talk about. This is maybe the mindset is getting locked in now, start playing Nebraska volleyball. Let's dismantle a couple, set the tone because you got to go to Penn State. Your first road trip next Friday, October 3rd. You'll go to Penn State and Rutgers, and you get back home. And then, so that first road test will come pretty quick.
Oh, it's Penn
this
State's,
squad.
Penn State's a tough place to go play.
And if you that's one of the toughest volleyball environments to go play in.
Mhm.
No doubt. I mean, football, whatever, but volleyball, just like that, they go wide out. You've seen it, you watch it on TV. It's a very tough place to go play. No matter what their situation is. I know their setter has removed herself right now, going through stuff. That's still a very tough volleyball team and a tough environment.
And also, don't you think that Nebraska's got some in the back of their mind where they have a little IOU one? You know, they go
Well,
out
got
to
a couple of transfers over there still looming large, right?
Well, I know, and don't you just kind of look at it and go, you run to the car trunk and say, "Hey, I got something for you. You better not stick around." It's kind of one of those deals. So they might roll into Penn State with a little bit of something to prove, but I also think Penn State's a darn good volleyball team.
They are.
Don't overlook any Big Ten competition. You saw UCLA give Nebraska fits last year. Maryland could very well come in and do the same, even though it's about the same travel length.
Right, 840. I love it. I don't know a lot about volleyball, but hitting negative is not very good. Yeah. That's more errors than kills at that point.
A quick note, by the way, from last night. How about Bergen Riley passing one Danny Busboom for 5th on the all-time assists chart at Nebraska?
Yeah. Congrats.
You think it's
in a few years about that.
You think at some point Danny might just run out there herself and say, "No, I got to get a couple more.
Yeah.
Let me in. Here we go. Let's run the system here." And Berger's just sitting on the bench like, well, "Dude, what?" It's kind of like a Pele Ronaldo thing. It's like just when you think you get close up, let me run out. I'm out of retirement. I got more eligibility.
Thought interesting enough. Neither one of them even knew who passed who or who they passed.
That's really funny. That's actually really funny. They're so locked in on winning a match. They just don't even know about records or anything.
Yeah. So good stuff. They'll be back at the Bob 3:00 this weekend, this Saturday. Another moment to add to your sports weekend is the 3:00 with all the football going on. Bye week. Well, there's been, I don't know, maybe I'm just like numb to the fact all this Dylan Raiola stuff, which is.
I have the Fornelli take. You want to go back to it?
I don't know. I know. I don't want to give that any more airtime. It's stupid or enough. There are other issues. What's the biggest one we have to worry about right now?
I would say offensive line. I would say offensive line. Your defensive line's pretty close though.
I circled.
It's got to be
the tackles.
It's got to be protecting your asset, and that's your tackles. The question is, I had this asked me, where do they go? Can they get that much better that quick?
Well,
now you're not. Again, we'll go back. You're probably looking at your next 4 not facing what you just faced against Michigan's defensive line. Can they get better that quick? And will it look better based on the opponent?
And will shuffling some deck chairs help? Word through the grapevine is old Elijah Pritch is going to get starting nod when they play Michigan State. That's the word through the grapevine. So, does he give you that talented edge? I mean, the big thing with him is your pre-snap discipline. Can you not jump? Can you identify, who's rushing, who you have to pick up on your individual assignment? Because there's no doubt the guy that physically is absolutely gifted and talented, right?
Well,
it's just what's happening between the screws.
From a physicality point of view and athleticism point of view, I don't want to throw this around lightly, but Elijah Pritchett is the type of offensive tackle that Husker fans have been calling for a long time.
Yes.
That type of guy that is athletic, that is massive. He's a mauler, but it's not one of those guys that's got slow feet that mauls because he's 340 pounds. He's one of those guys that mauls because he's 300 plus pounds. He is incredibly strong, but he's also an athlete. Like if you take
he's
40
quick as a cat,
if you
dude.
take 40 pounds off him, he could be playing tight end, one of those types of offensive tackles. He's special. The type of guy that NFL scouts from a body type point of view,
salivating over that.
They love what Elijah Pritchett brings. Now, his pass protection has left something to be desired, both at Alabama and at Nebraska. The pre-snap penalties have been frustrating. But I think it's the coaching staff's job. You got to find a way to get him on the field. That's your job as a coach. You have somebody that's that athletically gifted at that size. You as a coaching staff have to find a way to get him playing left tackle.
And is that where Donovan Raiola starts to make his hay, right? In year four of old Uncle Donnie. Is that where you say, listen, we're paying you the money. Your nephew's on campus. Do a job and protect your nephew. And, word through the grapevine is he's been getting after some guys in the meeting because, it's his to bear right now. He's taking a lot of heat. The fire's under his tail right now.
Well, imagine how awkward Thanksgiving's going to be this year if Dylan Raiola is bloodied and bruised after a long season because his tackles can't protect him.
He's looking at old Uncle Donnie like, dude, what the heck? Yeah. I thought we had a plan here. I thought, La Familia. I thought we had something going here.
Come on, my man.
He's like, where's your end of the bargain? He's like, I'm dealing 30 for 41, 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns. Forget the pick. He's like, I'm out here dealing. I'm out here looking like a Vegas blackjack table. I'm out here throwing the cards around, brother. And old Uncle Donnie's sitting there. He's like, oh, maybe I'll hit. Maybe I'll stay. No, brother. Hey. Push the chips into the middle. Rein it in. You have a really talented left tackle. Figure out a way to get it between the screws, right? Tightened up. Let's get some things buttoned up and protect your guy. Now, right tackle, it's a whole other story. It's either you got to get the incumbent going or you got to have some other guys behind him who are ready to, get after it.
I wonder how much of that also is Dylan becoming a leader of that offense too, having something to say about it. There's times you have to be that guy. Like, guys, this offense and stuff that we can do doesn't work without you. I also and that hit hurt. I'm sick of it.
I also look to the iron sharpens iron mentality, where whenever your two big concerns on this team are offensive tackle and defensive line, you asked, like, the question has to be asked, like, man, how much better can these guys get at practice whenever that's the group they're going against? Because what did we talk about with the Nebraska national championship teams back in the 90s? The guys that they faced in practice Monday through Friday, the backups, the scout team guys were tougher than what they were going to play on Saturday. It's not like that with Nebraska's lines of scrimmage right now. Michigan's defensive line is that's the biggest test Nebraska's offensive line has faced all year long.
Yep.
Like we talk about how good the secondaries played this year. Look at the wide receivers they're going up against every single day in practice. We're very impressed with them. Look at the quarterback they're going up against every single day in practice. They have to be great. Most of the teams that they play are not going to have a quarterback and wide receiver combo like they face every single day in practice.
Not many have both.
So, of course, the defensive backs are going to go out and play well against quarterbacks and wide receivers that aren't good as what they play in practice. You can flip it around and say the same thing about Nebraska's wide receivers and quarterback play. They're going up against a tough secondary. But is your offensive line going up against guys in practice every single day that are as tough as what they're going to play on Saturday? No, they're not.
It's a great point.
They're not. But you got to figure out a way, if you're an offensive line coach or a defensive line coach, to get those guys playing better. That's your job as a coach. Yeah. We see the talent. We see there is athletic talent. There's guys that can play on both sides of those lines of scrimmage. Elijah Pritchett's the one you circle on offense that you say, you as a coach and staff have to figure out a way to get that guy in the field. Defensively, you see Winery. I didn't think he had a very good game against Michigan upon going back and rewatching.
Not really.
He was out of his element whenever he was going up against the run. He had not seen an offensive line that run blocked like that. He struggled. You as an offense or as a defensive line coach have to figure out a way to raise that guy's floor.
Well, and no disrespect, I mean, the guy pretty much sat the whole season at Missouri, and I don't think Missouri was seeing some super physical offensive lines themselves. Maybe Georgia's the most physical you'll see in the SEC. But I think it's a different level with what Michigan wants to do from an identity standpoint, where their identity is we will push you 2 to 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and you will like it because it's going to happen. With Georgia, it's like, yeah, we'll push you 1 to 2. You'll have an opportunity to push back, but we're going to push you 1 to 2. It's up to you if you want to fill the cap. You can make the business decision because who we got running the ball, he might leave you some bruises. Michigan's same way, but it's on a whole nother level. So I think for him too, I think it's a great point to bring that up because I mean the guy sat the whole year at Missouri. He comes to Nebraska. It's the Big Ten. There are some teams who are willing to lean on you. You know, Minnesota's going to be willing to lean on you. You know, Minnesota with Darius Taylor and that offensive line that just sent the tackle to the NFL in the top 3 rounds, they're going to be willing to lean on you.
If somehow Nebraska is able to fix that tackle spot or get it to a different level of some sorts, all becomes good. Because when you look behind that line, there's other issues that we have. Number RB2, got probably the second question. Red zone offense, way up there on the list. All a product of what's happening up front.
I was about to say, how much of that's what's going on in the trenches?
All the problem up front.
And this is where Dana gets to get creative because I think for him, Hooksy, I think you said this earlier. It's like a lot of questions for him were answered internally. How much can I do with the playbook? What is it? It's like the Matt LaFleur, 95 out section. When Myles Garrett's off the field, what can I do? For him, it's this offensive line ain't working for me. What can I do? What do I have to cross out? How creative can I get? Are we doing more rub screens? Are we setting more picks? Are we going, hey, let's try to get our running backs to the boundaries in space? Work the field side a little bit more. Do I have to go more pass heavy? I mean, is that why he's having to resort to the fades? Because
or question being is what personnel now?
Yeah.
Find me dudes that I have not put on the field yet. They got to get on the field. Right now, you're sitting in the mid-90s in scoring, in red zone scoring.
I mean,
doesn't get it done.
Do you almost look from a receiver grouping perspective and just say, hey, who's the biggest guy we can get out there? Do you throw Quinn Clark in the slot and just see if you can get a matchup nightmare? Can you get a bad matchup with that guy?
Slot fade to Quinn Clark, says Justice Rhodey.
Well, I'm just wondering because, like, in the NFL, sometimes you have to get really creative with your personnel and where you align them, right? There are times where Calvin Johnson would work out of the slot. Julio Jones would work out of the slot because you do it to get matchups, right? You think of those guys as true X receivers. But sometimes you got to get really creative. And this is where Dana Holgorsen can really make that $1.5 million count, is when you look at it and go, hey, we're having a lot of offensive struggles. We can't do a whole lot with the offensive line, the push we're getting. How creative can we get? So, yeah, you got to be willing to try some funky stuff because otherwise you're going to be inept in the red zone and then you're settling into kicking field goals. And, oh, by the way, Kyle Kanana just missed one. He's human. Like, so it's not a guarantee anymore.
That looked like whenever I chunked my 9-iron.
That looked like it. I was in that. I'm in that south area watching that. It didn't look right. It didn't sound right.
I think he might have scuffed the foot. Like I think he may have legitimately chunked it.
That's like when I got like a 30-foot putt and I hit it 15 feet because I scuffed my putter.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look smooth. That thing went. Again, a lot of answers on the offensive side. Probably more on that side of the ball right now than we have on the defensive side. Obviously, because the defense side, we just look at the line and go, all right, Young, snaps, got to get creative. John Butler, Braden got to figure it out with those guys.
I'd like with the red zone efficiency. I like what Jeff's saying about finding the right personnel for down in there because I do think it changed how you wanted to play whenever Janiron Bonner went out.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
he changed what you could do in the red zone. I still look, and a guy we circled after that injury happened was Carter Nelson.
Another big boy that you could put in the red zone and do stuff with. He's athletic. I mean, it's about, are we utilizing personnel? Are they ready for game speed?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because there's a difference between us saying, man, we've got 2 6'5" guys. Why don't we throw them in the red zone? And there's a difference between what the coaches have seen in practice and saying, hey, these guys don't understand the system, the playbook. They're not ready to be put in the game. This is where in the bye week you can marry the two and say, hey, let's get you up to speed so we can utilize some different packages. And I think that's important.
I think at some point in those, and we'll go to break here in a minute, is
it's long for a segment.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. But at some point you have to go, are you ready enough after so much insanity has been going on down there?
Mm-hmm.
And go, all right, we're close enough to try this. Okay. There's more to come from that. We have a lot more going on there. So let's take our first break. Good conversation. Thanks for hanging out with us. Take a break. We'll come back and look at the baseball races as one team continues their collapse. And I'm here for it all. That and a whole lot more when we return.
All right.
A lot going on there. Good stuff.
Now we can get Ari Wasserman off my screen. Thank the Lord.
Boy, that was good. Boy, that's so nice.
It's time for the band tight end flat screen to Luke Lindenmeyer. They ran it with Fidelity last year. Come on, we got somebody finally mobile, and we won't run it. I don't get it.
It's coming down to like, even the defensive side, Butler getting creative up front, trying to figure out how to do something, and then Dana's gonna have to go into
I think Butler
he's got to
needs-
go, but Dana's got to go to that chapter in the book that you're like, that's the secret chapter.
I honestly think it comes down to Butler getting less creative up front with the front seven.
Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. I think
You
he's just
think?
got to simplify crap. Just let them pin their ears back and go get guys. That's when they're at their best. They're up here thinking, oh, where should my hands go? And what should I do?
Don't
Man,
think-
go beat a brother with speed.
You say, yeah, don't think it can only hurt the ball club.
Exactly.
Like,
There's
makes sense.
some groups you don't need to think. Defensive line is one of them. I don't need you to think.
Do you bring the linebackers more too?
They
seem.
they brought him. They brought an extra blitzer 60% of the time.
Did
against
they? It
Michigan.
didn't. It
They're
just didn't
they're
feel
leading
like
the
it.
Big Ten in blitzes.
It just didn't feel like it.
They
Did
lead,
it,
they
did
lead
it
the
feel
Big Ten
like?
in blitz rate.
But maybe that was because those guys were getting to the second level.
Mhm.
It just didn't feel like it from the pressure side
The
because they're athletic there too.
the thing I'll say, go back and watch the Justice Haynes 75-yard touchdown
Mhm.
and watch. There's a double stunt on the defensive line where you have your defensive tackles rolling out and your defensive ends rolling around the inside. And on the play side, it just made things incredibly easy. Well, like the guard and center double team on a defensive tackle that's moving out. So it just
whoop,
from the center,
hey,
it's just
whoop.
one shot with the left hand, and he comes back and picks up Shavers. McCullough gets trapped on the outside because he can't loop around because of all the space in the inside. So it gives you a gap essentially from your backside defensive tackle all the way out to defensive end with just Vincent, Shavers, and Buford in the hole. And you have
Buford wanted
Michigan
nothing to do
center
with that.
picks up Shavers. So now it's just a wide open a hole that you could drive a Mack truck through with Justice Haynes against the safety. Does Buford need to make that play to stop a touchdown? Yes.
Or touch them.
Is that one that you're going to bet on him to go make that
No.
play?
That's a
Against-
minus situation for a safety.
Against the guy in Justice Haynes that was the number 2 running back in his class, that
That's a
through his
minus,
career, what he's been is a home run hitter.
Yeah, it's a minus situation.
I think you need to get less creative with
Just
the
grab a
defensive
shoestring.
line.
Yeah,
Let's-
because what in the world are we doing with all the hocus pocus? You move a defensive tackle outside, it's going to take them a bit. They're big boys. They don't really move very well laterally unless you got athletes like Georgia.
And it's
We're back here.
I love it.
I'm ready, sir.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy Thursday.
So somebody at home heard us go, we're back here.
We're back here.
And then here comes the music.
Boom, Edmund. Your eyes are better than mine.
Well, we got into a great chat in the
Mhm.
break about Nebraska's defensive line.
Yeah, and I threw out the statement, and it's get more creative. And you brought me back a little bit for sure. And maybe it wasn't creative, but it's finding plus ways for these guys to be successful. And maybe that mantra is less creative. Don't think so much. Pin your ears back and just go to work.
Well, I don't think you have whenever you think of creativity, you're thinking of stunts up front. You're thinking of blitzes from creative places. What I see from Nebraska's defense, I don't think you have defensive linemen that can go and play 2-gap football.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to get less creative, that to me is
Just run them up.
more clearly defined run fits where you're only playing 1 gap. And you just let these guys go play fast and free as opposed to stunting on running downs. Like you can get a little creative in your passing downs, but I think on your running downs, you're gonna have to take your medicine and say we can't get as creative as you'd like to because our defensive line can't handle it at this point in time.
Now that's gonna be special the next 4 games because in that mix you probably can do that as well because of the opponents you have in front of you. Right?
Well, but
Maybe not as dynamic quarterback situation. I mean, Childs can do it to you.
Billy Edwards has been great.
Been great.
Malik
No,
Washington.
sorry, not Billy Edwards. I mean Malik Washington.
Malik
but Billy Edwards
Washington.
left.
I
Malik,
mean-
Malik Washington's been
Or
incredible.
maybe
for
you're not
Maryland.
going against as tough up front guys as we just faced.
Boy, Minnesota's going to give you a real case.
Well, they always are. They always are.
That's what you're working up to over the next couple weeks, though. You're getting ready for your next true downhill rushing attack threat,
3 weeks from now.
which is Minnesota.
Yep.
3 weeks from tomorrow.
Because Michigan State's going to want to air that
Yup,
bad boy
Friday
out.
night.
Michigan State's going to want to air that bad boy out.
Fine.
They've
Play to our
got
strength.
they've got guys. But
What am I wrong? You know who I've compared Childs to? He feels like college Josh Allen.
I don't think it's horrible.
He's got all the tools in the toolbox. He's a plus athlete. But in college, Josh Allen, I don't think wanted to beat you with his legs.
He did not. No, not like
He
does.
wanted
No
to show off the arm talent. And
he
Aiden
wanted
Childs has got arm talent out the wazoo.
He can rip it.
Yeah, he wanted every
He
bit
can
of that.
rip it. He's got zip. He can throw the deep ball. Like he's one of those guys that like, you hear people talk about it in the pre-draft process. Like he can throw every throw in the
Mhm.
playbook. Childs can throw every throw in the playbook. Any throw you ask a quarterback to make, he can go and
He's
make
got
it.
it.
The question is can he stop making stupid turnover-worthy plays?
I think
He's been better in that regard this year.
Mhm.
it's an interesting lateral comparison between him and Bryce Underwood because they have almost an opposite problem. Because Bryce Underwood right now is very one-dimensional as a thrower. He doesn't
Mhm.
have a lot of touch on it. I don't think it's very grip and rip. Like he wants everything on a line. He wants
Mhm.
everything very hard and fast.
And that was Josh Allen in college, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it makes it tough. And I think with Childs, he adds the touch and stuff. It's just between the years. It's what are you
Freshman
seeing?
development.
It's becoming from a freshman to a sophomore to now.
Yep.
What can you truly be? And I think Childs proposes an interesting one because I don't think he's a willing runner, but he will take the yards
He
in
will.
front of him. But he would rather just sit back and beat you with his
Just
arm.
pick you apart.
They're not going to run design QB runs for Aiden Childs. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be, hey, if he sees a bailout opportunity and it's, the walls are closing in, he's going to take the get out of jail free card.
What hasn't been design, and that's Major League Baseball. Baseball is loving this right now. They're giving you everything you want with some races that are happening, going on with 158 games under the belts right now.
Before we dive into
ahead, sorry.
some of the races, though, I'm sticking here with baseball. I think more importantly, what last night was guys that made some real strong cases for some postseason
Oh
awards.
my gosh! I tell you what,
I think Paul Skeens locked up the Cy Young last night. If he hadn't already locked it up,
that's unprecedented what he did last night. He needed coming in that game 3 1/3 innings of scoreless baseball to lock up I think we looked at it. Justin and I looked at it, the first sub-2 ERA since 2005.
It was Clemens in
2005, the last one, and I think there's only less than 20 of them,
and he just went 6 innings of scoreless baseball last night.
and just shut it down. Getting another no decision to finish his season 500 at 10-10.
Isn't that wild that now we live in a modern era where the Cy Young's going to be on a 69 and 89 ball club?
He's
going to be on a ball club that probably loses 90 games, and he's going to be the best pitcher in the league.
He's just
Isn't
been
that
that
wild?
good.
A 1.97 ERA.
And
He's got 216 strikeouts and a walk hits to innings pitched of 8.95.
that's better than last year. In a season where it's been terrible for the Pirates as it's been.
Wait, how many wins do the Pirates have?
They have 69 exactly.
Yeah, it's
Paul
nice.
Skeens alone, 7.6 wins above replacement this year, despite the fact that he's taken 10 losses on the bump.
Yes.
Hey, losses are not a pitcher stat; it's a team stat.
I
It's
agree
just
with
like
that.
wins.
Pretty incredible.
Well, and to bring it back to football, it's almost, to me, that same argument with losses are not a pitcher stat is the same to me as sacks aren't necessarily an offensive line stat.
No.
Just if you don't believe me, just go watch Russell Wilson play the game of football.
There's a bigger
There-
scope involved. with that.
I'd say
Yeah.
sacks are 50% offensive line, 50% your quarterback. Because a great quarterback, whenever the heat's coming, gets the ball out and either throws it away,
Yeah.
throws it to the feet of a wide receiver, makes that one move to get out of traffic and find himself a little bit of space. Are there sacks that are on the offensive line? Absolutely. You saw probably 3 or 4 against Michigan. But we'll get back to baseball in a second. Sacks, by and large, are not a solely offensive line stat. There's a 50-50 mix between offensive line and quarterback. But back to baseball.
But I agree. It's a similar argument about a stolen base. I'm going to tell you right now, being a former pitcher and a pitching guy, north of 50% of the problem is on the pitcher on a stolen base, not the catcher.
Or sometimes you'll say, man,
Just similar stat.
Yeah.
Like catcher gave up. They've had, I don't know, whatever stolen base against him this year. Well, the pitcher who is on the bump owns as much of that as the catcher does. But I tell you what, owning up to it right now after last night, now we got a dead heat in the East. Toronto, New York, both in the playoffs. New York winners of 4 straight. And then the Blue Jays coming off 2 straight losses. Now The Yankees right now, if you look at it based on the head-to-head, they're actually in first place. They're in Toronto holds a 5-game lead in the wild card, the first wild card spot. Boy, the spiral continues for the Detroit Tigers. They now find themselves 1 game behind the Guardians, who now won 2 straight. Detroit, 8 straight losses. They now also in the wild card they hold the 3rd wild card spot. Houston lurking 1 game behind. Would that be a collapse of all collapses if they missed the playoffs completely after holding a 14-game lead in July 9th? That'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
It'd be incredible to look at. I think you were talking about this as well. Maybe somebody just snatched the Yale MVP last night. Big Dumper hits his 60th home run, and they clinched the division last night.
It's 59th and 60th.
59 and 60 and clinch.
Did
he just snatch the AL MVP from
a catcher hitting 60 home runs?
It's unheard of.
Are you joking? Unreal.
Unreal.
I think the odds will tell you it's still pretty close to a dead heat with him and Judge. I think last night was the MVP moment to get 60.
Do you get the nod based on the fact that how do I phrase this? The unprecedented year from a catcher nod. Like I said, the MVP moment last night. Seattle clinches. It's been X amount of years. The story of that franchise and him gets him the nod.
Yeah, and
sometimes
also,
those stories play out versus, I don't want to say that Judge is a great player.
There's voter fatigue with Judge.
Yes, there it is.
There's voter fatigue. It's the same thing in the NBA. A guy's
like,
dominant for so long, and you're just like, you know what? The next new shiny thing gets the MVP. Cal Raleigh absolutely has an MVP conversation, absolutely deserves to be involved. But let's not make a mistake. There is some voter fatigue here with Judge. Judge is an absolutely incredible ball player, but there's going to be some emotional appeal that ends up probably giving Cal Raleigh the award, and rightfully so. He's been incredible for the Mariners.
Well, I sometimes dislike this argument because it takes away from what Judge is doing, but are the Mariners what they are without Cal Raleigh?
Absolutely not. No, not at all.
Obviously, the Yankees aren't either, but the Yankees are always one of the most valuable rosters in baseball.
You can look up.
You expect them to go out and win.
They've been kind of crap.
Exactly. They haven't been what you'd expect them to be this year. It's hard for me to give an MVP to Aaron Judge because the Yankees realistically should be like a 105-win team. Yes. The amount of money they put into their roster. And I'm not talking just this year. I'm talking damn near every year.
Yep.
As for the Mariners, are they division winners without Cal Raleigh? I think probably not.
I don't know. Yeah, absolutely not.
Did you hear what he said post game?
Is this the win the whole?
Yeah. He went and said win the whole bleeping thing. He did not say bleeping.
No,
they kind of asked after the division championship, like what's next for this team? Well,
might as well hear we're win the whole
thing.
Great quote from the great movie Major League. Out in the AL, that thing continues to. The wild card is going to be an amazing race towards the end. Mets, they are clinging right now, 1 game ahead of the Diamondbacks and the Reds right now.
You know the Marlins haven't been eliminated from wild card contention yet. I ain't hear no bell.
Well, there's multiple teams. Obviously the Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Giants, your Cardinals are not mathematically eliminated, and the Marlins.
The Giants actually got mathematically eliminated last night, even though they won. It was so funny.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought they were.
I'm seeing
differently than me. I got something else up here. Oh, it did say, yeah. So what is on tap for that schedule coming up? How do they finish up coming up here? Milwaukee has still got another game tonight. San Diego is in. They've got a game there. Detroit, Cleveland, they're going to go again. They're going to go again and keep it rocking there. Pittsburgh still in Cincinnati. Got it going on as well. Why is these Red Sox are still clinging in there right now? They're hanging on to it now. Boy, big night for them. They got a 2-game lead in that, holding on that second wild card spot. Now they will get big matchup tonight. You got Red Sox, Blue Jays, Crochet, Scherzer.
That's when they got to go win. Go win and lock it up. The Mets have to finish up. They have one more game with the Cubs, and then they have to go on the road to Miami for a 3-game set to end the season. Their playoff implications all over there. The Reds, they've been hanging in and around. I've been really impressed with how Terry Francona's been able to get that roster flipped. At the end of the year, though, it's kind of tough to get one more game with Pittsburgh. Then it's a 3-game set at Milwaukee. Not an easy place to go play. Not an easy place at all.
It'll be a lot of fun stuff as these races come to the end. I hope the Mets continue to lose. That's all I'm worried about.
You just want to have the Lowell Mets moment as a Braves
Yeah.
guy. You're like
I
you're
want the Mets to keep being Mets.
you're sitting there
The
now.
Mets to me are like the whole New York area now. I want all those paid players to continue to fail.
You just saw the Braves 9-1 in the last 10. You see the Mets collapsing. You're just going, please let me get a beat the Mets song, please.
Said it yesterday. Watching my Braves is a lot like playing golf. Have a really crappy round, you get to 17, 18, go par. You're like, I'll be back next week. It's what the Braves have done for me. 9-1. Well, there's hope for next year.
You know who's got a back nine collapse going though? The Tigers. They just need to go par. They go par bogey might even get them in.
They might even get them in.
They're struggling to do that. 1-9 in their last 10. They only have a 1-game lead on the Astros. Oh boy.
Look at their I can't find, but it showed what their second set of the back half of the season's been. At one point they were like 45-24.
It's a back nine collapse is what
and
it
it's
is.
like now they've only won like 35 games in the second half of the season.
They've gone bogey, triple, quad, triple, bogey on the back nine.
They're the ones that are
you got the old John Daly.
Right now it's like the Guardians are in the left side. They're driving the golf cart, and it's your playing partner, the Tigers, that aren't talking right now. It's uncomfortable to ride with that guy right now because they've thrown a few clubs. They don't know how to right the ship at this point.
Well, it's the final game of a 3-game set. Tigers Guardians tonight.
Ooh, boy! I talk about a massive game.
Tigers need it.
This is a massive game.
And then the Tigers have a 3-game set against the Red Sox to close the season.
It just feels like that collapse is on the way. So, all right, let's take another break. Let's come back. It's Amazon night. It's Amazon Prime night. Thursday night football.
Another garbage one.
Yeah, the garbage one. But guess what? We're going to talk about it. We'll be right back.
Okay, long one here.
Why do they love just being in the staying out west with these things?
You want to hear something funny?
No.
The Rockies have allowed 1,001 runs this season. The next closest team is 813. That's the Los Angeles Angels. Oh, 876 from the Nationals. That's pretty close to. Yeah.
Should I
1,000
I
runs.
told you they
allowed.
weren't going to get to 120.
Should I trade away Brian Thomas Jr. for Keenan Allen?
Are you in a keeper? Are you in a keeper league?
No,
Dynasty?
Not. I'd be on the yes side.
I mean,
The Cardinals are in a are in a potential wild card spot with a negative 48 run differential. They're above the Giants with a plus 13.
Good show, fuckers.
Are we doing good today, boss?
You guys are doing good. Me and my cousin in Cleveland are going back and forth. You know, I'm like, dude, I cannot believe my Tigers are melting down.
They're melting down. It's
he just said the same thing. Maybe the biggest meltdown in MLB history.
It will be.
Because
Listen,
they were 11 back on September 4th.
Listen,
Guardians.
if they miss the playoffs, it'll be the biggest collapse in all of Major League Baseball.
Just even the fact that you barely get in, you said they've clinched a wild card probably, but
No, the Tigers, no. They got
No.
so they're only a game. They're a game ahead.
Yeah.
The Astros.
Right,
They got Cleveland again tonight.
right.
Then they got 3 against Boston.
What happened to that team?
whenever we were in Kansas City at Arrowhead, it was a foregone conclusion the Tigers were a playoff.
They had a 14-game lead on July 9th.
Yeah, and like you said, the Guardians were 11 back on September 4th when we were
Yep.
in
AJ
Kansas City.
Hinch gonna AJ
I
Hinch.
think they've
They
only
were
won like
coasting.
35 or 36 games in the second half of the season.
It's exciting. It's exciting stuff. But yeah, I was like I said, I was thinking about, here, I'm gonna get to see another World Series in my life. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, and
Not so fast, my
not
friend.
so fast, my friend.
The play that's defined. Did you see it the other night with Snowball between his legs down to first base and throwing it into right field? That is the play that has defined the back half of the
That
Tigers
was-
season.
Tigers season.
Like
Yeah,
a
totally.
Nebraska long
That was
snapper.
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm heading to Shaddy tonight, so I get to hang out and be gone tomorrow, so I won't be here tomorrow. But no, it's a good show. You guys are
Awesome.
doing
Thanks,
really good.
thanks, boss. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You saw that play, right?
Oh yeah.
Skull between the
Like,
legs.
what are you doing? That's one as a pitching coach. I'd come out and be like, "What the?" I'm throwing a hat.
Quickly to Thursday night football. This has the potential to be one of those fun bad games.
It does.
You know,
They're stinkers.
Also,
it's like, what is Kyler Murray? Will Marvin Harrison Jr. look up at the sky again?
Oh
as
my
he's trying to
gosh.
catch a football?
look at this picture of Cal Riley's 60th home run.
Oh, Is the bat just released or is he still holding?
He's still holding it.
Oh,
How does
my
his
God.
dumper look?
Look at the picture.
It's not going to come up well on this.
See the
on this-
picture?
on this. Yeah.
His dumper still looks immaculate.
That with all of them looking at even the umpire.
Oh my gosh.
Shane's saying tonight's game's not garbage. It'll be good. 2-2-1 teams, division rivals. It has potential to be really good.
It does.
It's
The
thir-
garbage games always do this.
It's Thursday night football though. It's going to be garbage.
But Seattle and Arizona don't like each other. this is
Ernesto, what's
proven.
up? He said a Rob sighting. It's like seeing Bigfoot.
What do you mean? Hey. Bigfoot's real. Let's relax.
I'm low key a Bigfoot believer.
Thank you. Yes.
You're what?
I'm a Bigfoot believer.
Oh, we're bringing this up.
Dude, Bigfoot's real. I'm telling you. I'm so telling
I think
you.
most of the Bigfoot sightings are fake,
But
but I
Bigfoot's
think
real.
Bigfoot is real.
Bigfoot's real. Like
we,
that.
we
What,
might not.
what
get
is it? The
Thursday.
69 Patterson film? That is a complete load of rubbish.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So
It's
tell me-
absolutely
so
terrible. That's a guy in a gorilla suit. Come on now.
I think Bigfoot's like a Thursday night football on Amazon Prime. Garbage.
I think seeing an actual Bigfoot sighting is like Amazon Prime on Thursdays. You get one good one every year.
Yeah.
My kids would say they see Bigfoot every morning about 5:30 when I walk in their room. Get out!
I think that me more like a chupacabra. You know, you just see a guy bearing down with big old fangs, and you're just like, run for the hills.
Oh my god!
No,
What up, Shane.
Mean a lot. You're Team Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Oh my! I gotta get you guys shirts.
Are you Team Nessie though? Do you think Loch Ness is
No!
real? Absolutely not.
Come on!
It's absolutely
That's a
not
load
real.
of crap.
That is a load of crap.
You guys also
You're
think
darn
Harry
right.
and the Henderson, the guy that was really casted by Bigfoot, don't you?
Come on, no, they didn't even do any justice. Bigfoot's like 10
You ever
feet
watch
tall,
Harry and the
brother.
Henderson? It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's
You
funny.
never seen it?
Mm-mm.
It's funny.
God, it's good. You
It's
need
funny.
to watch Harry and the Hendersons.
It is a perfect.
Do
spoof
us a
movie.
favor. Did he?
Yeah, he said,
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Few moments left. We want to bring in the boss man, a resident Tiger fan.
yes, I am.
He's a little red in the face. I don't know if he was complimenting how good the show was today, but he's a little down on his Tigers.
Yeah, I'm a little down on my Tigers, and not with that.
Browns, Tigers. You
Let's
live a sad life.
Yeah. My dad grew up right between the Tigerland and where the tribe basically that northern Ohio area along Lake Erie, and so I got installed to be a Tiger fan from my dad, and so
Yeah.
I've been a lifelong Tiger fan. And there's a great story about how we got our first color TV in 1968, much to my mom's chagrin, but nonetheless, watching this team melt down, and then the grief I'm catching from all my relatives in Cleveland is just,
Woo,
I
you're
mean, these
living it.
guys are dancing on me right now. I mean, they are pounding me, and and I'm listening to you guys, and I'm like, oh God, just remind me of how crappy things are right now.
Just spitting
But,
facts.
Yeah, so they got to get their crap together tonight.
We-
And like you said, Boston, that's not going to be an easy pass. It's yeah. I mean, what was it? We were talking about that. The Tribe was 11 games back on the 4th of September, about the same time that the Tigers were up by 14 games. And it's like
It's been a run.
If you were wondering, the highest the Tigers lead got was 15 and a half games in July.
Yep.
The largest
meltdown.
meltdown, that's the best way to put it. I want to be nice.
Oh, that's what it is.
Largest meltdown since 1969 was 14 games by in 1978 the Yankees
Okay.
came back in
Well,
78.
they're ready to set the
14
record.
games
That's
down.
a Billy
it'd be-
Morton
it'd be
team right
15
there.
games if it doesn't
So
come through,
15 and a
so-
half would be the MLB record since
So, yeah.
69.
So anyway, but no, I just wanted to compliment you guys on the show. You're having a good time today, and it's just good topical stuff.
Yeah.
I like your takes.
Well, sports provides us all the fun stuff that we get to do. So
Hey, Rob, it's okay. You have one woman on the bump. You dangle a donut in front of Giolito, it'll be okay.
Okay.
You'll get a win there. You dangle a donut in front of them, you got at least one on the table.
oh wow.
Pretty soon I'm going to be like, what's his name in Dumb and Dumber? So you say there's a chance.
Right now they're clinging. Right now they're
Yeah,
clinging. You might have to
they're
make
clinging.
it could be a fun wager between the boss man and Caleb on the weekend.
Oh,
series.
that'd
He's a
be
huge
good.
Sox fan.
Yeah.
Caleb's a Sox
Good.
fan.
Well, at least he's probably the right Sox rather than the wrong Sox.
Yeah, he's not the wrong side. You could be a Rockies fan.
Yeah, you could be a Rockies fan. They're
Could
worse
be a
things.
Rockies fan.
Or
Poor
a
Bobby.
Braves fan.
Poor
You hit-
Bobby wasn't. He was producer.
You
He
hit
was a
the
White Sox
you hit the
fan.
1,000 you hit the 1,000 runs given up, Mark. I'm so proud
Well
of you.
done.
Way to go.
I'm not really a Rockies fan. Well, not this year.
You're a fan of the Coors. You can
What,
say
is there a
it.
team in Colorado? I didn't know there was.
You're
Is that a minor league in it? A AAA team?
It's
No.
got to be the only team in all of baseball that sells the opposing team's jerseys.
Yeah, in the team store, the Rockies. Whatever team's coming to town, they have
That's
a
what they
big
sell.
Hey,
stand.
they get it. They're about revenue.
It's a tourist
Gotta get
destination.
rid
$2 Coors. That's what Elijah's a fan of. He said, "Forget the Rockies. Let's go Coors."
Just
That's
know
what
why
he's
you're
hearing.
there.
Yeah,
Just know why you're there.
I'm not sure if you do that, Rob. Up until first pitch at Coors Field, it is $2 Coors banquets
In the stadium.
in the stadium.
In a major league stadium, $2 beers.
Up until
up until first pitch. That's how
I
they get
thought,
people in there.
I thought, when I was down in Kansas City for the Husker deal, I was like, holy cow, how much? $17 for a beer.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. They would, and then they hand you that stupid thing, or if you hand them the card, they pop you the tip on it. It's a $20 beer.
To another beer.
I don't know. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Coors Field is the biggest bar in Denver. There just happens to be a baseball game going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always said that about the Stars too. It's nice.
I love
it's
Stars
a bar.
games.
It's
Oh,
a bar.
they're the best.
It's a bar with an ice rink in the middle of it. I just love
They're
that
the
place.
best.
It's a good
They're the
time.
best.
It's always a good
They're
time.
opening up the season here in a couple weeks.
They are.
I'm excited
doing
about it.
exhibition
Yeah, I'm
stuff
excited.
right now,
I love
right?
going down there and watching hockey. It's
Same.
fun, man.
Company
watching those
retreat?
kids with,
Company retreat.
I can't see him at all. It's crazy because the lights coming in off the window and just
You
blocking.
can't
out
see over the
window.
top of that guy.
I can't. No, I get nothing.
Well,
I,
we're
I see
gonna-
the red. I see the red hair. That's it. That's all I
Bob, you
can
might
see.
have
Man.
to, you might have to talk to these two guys
Yeah,
too.
so-
Apparently, look at his size. They're both Bigfoot
I know.
believers.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They're Bigfoot believers.
There's something out there. There's always
Oh,
something.
you
know.
got it.
Oh,
That's what I'm
God.
talking about.
I gotta
That's
get out
what
of
I
here.
like to
Never
hear.
gonna
I
say
gotta get
never.
out of
I've
here.
seen
All
some
right.
Weird stuff in my time. Guys, have a good show. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you a little
boss,
bit.
man. All right, we'll be right back. Marco DeAngelo, WagerTalk.com.
Be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Except Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go!
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Men in Nebraska can be set in their ways, but they can also be quick to change their minds. Just 10 minutes can be enough to step back and rethink the life-ending decision of suicide. If you have a friend or family member who's struggling with depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Mike Zabusky. The White House is now warning they'll not just furlough, but lay off hundreds of federal workers if Congress can't agree on a funding bill before the end of the month. Democrats are demanding concessions in healthcare spending in order to vote yes. That has led President Trump to cancel a planned meeting with congressional Democrats, calling their demands ridiculous. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
The country has been lectured all year about how Republicans are in charge. If the government shuts down, it will shut down because Donald Trump and Republicans in the House and the Senate have made that decision.
Possible federal charges today for the former FBI director, James Comey, from the newly appointed U.S. Attorney in Virginia. Details from ABC's Catherine Falders.
The alleged lie that Comey told to Congress 5 years ago relates to testimony he gave in 2020 that he could not recall a September 2016 intelligence document that he had been sent. A document that Republicans claimed showed that the investigation of Russian election interference under Comey's leadership had been engineered by Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Earlier this week, prosecutors sent Lindsay Halligan, the new U.S. attorney, a memo arguing that there's not enough evidence to bring charges against Comey. Another step towards keeping TikTok up and running in the U.S.
President Trump is expected to sign a deal today that would keep TikTok running here in the U.S. White House officials say TikTok will be controlled by a new joint venture with the majority of American investors. They're going to have a copy of the algorithm, and it will be overseen by the software company Oracle. U.S. officials say they are confident China will approve this deal.
ABC's Perry Russum. ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese parent company, is expected to retain a 20% equity stake in TikTok's American operations. The president has repeatedly put on hold a law that requires TikTok's Chinese owners to either sell the platform or face a ban in the U.S. You're listening to ABC News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220 or biglou.com.
Police are looking for a missing Lincoln teen. Good morning. I'm Jeff Modes. We're at 67 degrees at KFOR. The search is on for a missing Lincoln girl not seen or heard from family or friends since August 26th. LPD Public Information Manager Erica Thomas tells KFOR News 17-year-old Angelia Wright was last seen about 8:30 that night, leaving her home to go on a walk in the area of 75th and Yancey Drive, which is in Northeast Lincoln.
She was last seen wearing a purple shirt and pink bonnet. She's about 5'2", 165 pounds with black hair and brown eyes.
Thomas says Angelia was reported missing that evening, and LPD has been working diligently with friends and family to find her. If you have information regarding the whereabouts of Angelia Wright, call Lincoln Police at 402-441-6000 or 911 in an emergency. FBI investigators in Nebraska, Attorney General Mike Kildress Wednesday announced that former Nebraska State Liquor Control Commission Executive Director Hobart Roop and a Lincoln businessman are co-conspirators in an 11-count federal indictment. For Roop, that ranges from wire fraud to conspiracy to commit fraud, among others. While as Executive Director of the State Liquor Control Commission, Roop conspired with 45-year-old Brent Zwick, who owns 2 Lincoln strip clubs, the Office and the Night Before Lounge, in exchange for access to dancers, free drinks, and sexual favors.
That power includes really the power of life or death over these businesses. Many businesses cannot operate if they do not have liquor licenses.
Roop in May was suspended from his job without pay as the commission cited a joint federal-state investigation into alleged criminal conduct. A felony charge of possessing a firearm on school property looms over a 16-year-old student at Lincoln Southeast High School. He was arrested Tuesday afternoon after parts of a rifle and dozens of rounds of ammo were found in his backpack. Court documents say the student said that he did not intend to use the gun or to harm anybody. LPS has sent a letter to Southeast families about the situation and that they're working with LPD in the investigation. More of this story is up at KFORnow.com. Lincoln's first forecast for today, sunny and a high of 81. I'm Jeff Modes, KFOR News.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms and conditions apply. Available at jcrewfactory.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. This fall, you'll enjoy amazing savings on everything you need to get your crew dressed for the busy season ahead. We're talking tees, jeans, sweaters, and so much more. Find it all at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single single day. And today, save even more. Just text Lincoln to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. Stop by J. Crew Factory at the South Point Pavilions in Lincoln today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text Lincoln to 24700. Text Lincoln to 24700 to get your 25 off 75 coupon. That's LINCOLN to 24700.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Hope your Thursday's off to a great start. I want to mark this down as there's always moments you remember. It'll be this show. The love, the boss man coming out, Bigfoot talk.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Get to talk to Marco D'Angelo after a 6-2 week.
What did you watch growing up, Justice, that led you to believe Bigfoot was real?
I lived in Washington for a year.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it for you.
You see some weird stuff out there, dude. You see some wild stuff in the Pacific Northwest that'll make you believe Bigfoot.
Were you living by that one nuclear reactor that melted down that one time?
Yeah.
Which one?
Give me more. Tell me more.
Which nuclear?
Because I lived in Olympia for a year, which is the capital. So I was like right there. It was awesome.
It was southeastern Washington.
Yeah,
Hanford.
I was not out there. This isn't a 3 Mile Island situation, Elijah. We were not near any nuclear reactors.
Coming up, I know a gentleman that we're going to have, Marco D'Angelo, wagertalk.com. I'm sure he's seen a lot of weird stuff out in Vegas. Maybe not Bigfoot, but some. So we'll have Marco. He's going to pick us some more winners. 6-2 last week. So we'll have that and some stories that we missed. I'll probably talk a little Ryder Cup today as well. My wife this morning, speaking of the Ryder Cup, was like, she called me. She goes, "What am I?" I go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Just watching Rory McIlroy." I go, "He is the enemy this weekend." What do you mean? I'm like, they're enemies. European team they're the enemies. Okay, they're nice guys. We like them any other weekend, but this weekend.
Did you see? I think I mentioned it last week. Just the fact that I feel like the Ryder Cup, in terms of popularity and interest, has really skyrocketed in the past about 4 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have attributed it to Full Swing on Netflix, which I'm not fully on board with. I think it's just that the players have been willing to say how much they care about this. But did you see the press conference was packed?
To me, it's the team aspect of this thing. There's so many good narratives as the Ryder Cup approaches every year. The matchups. But let's be honest, there's the Bryson DeChambeau element this year, the last few times, right? You've got a lot of the shots come across the bow a little bit because the talk right now is America's getting money, Europe does it just for the fun and the camaraderie and things. And there's some pride, there's sense of pride going on in those things. Same thing with the President's Cup. But golf has become more popular and as a whole. Not just the players that are playing, not like the amateur, like going out to a public golf course and you're wherever you're at. I don't know if it's the YouTube sensation of those guys or it's the evolution of that other golf tour, which I felt I would never go at, or it's I don't know. Bryson DeChambeau is living the YouTube world, but he's one of the best in the business. There's something about it that has brought people in.
And you know what else, Love? I think that gets people into Ryder Cup is it's like the only professional tournament you think of that's match play.
Match play golf is the best golf to watch.
It is.
I'm telling you right now. There's not a better type of golf to watch.
Am I hitting the landline or the cell?
Landline.
Okay.
We're going to get
it's a match play weekend, which you don't really ever get to see.
Well,
aside from like juniors, you have like the juniors championships, which are match play. But like once you get to professional golf, it's all stroke play.
All stroke play. They're all individuals. You get the team aspect. Match play, it is an engaging deal. I'm going to bring a stat up, by the way, when we get to the Ryder Cup after Marco about how important that is. But match play is a thing that until it's over, you're always in it.
And it also it changes how guys play holes.
Yes. Well, and also this first set of matches, which we'll talk about how they go. You have to be creative on who tees off on odd holes and even holes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talk about this morning because Bryson DeChambeau yesterday was trying to drive the green on one. They're like, I don't think he should do the odds. He should be the even guy based on the shape of the holes.
Yep.
A lot of that. So, all right, let's bring on our guy, Marco D'Angelo, WagerTalk.com. Marco, what's up?
Just another week, guys. Hope we can duplicate last week. That was fun.
I was gonna say, are you having to stash some under the mattresses after last weekend?
It was good, that's for sure. Let's just say we're happy.
Baby. Hey, I gotta ask you this, Marco. These young gentlemen that hang out with me, Elijah and Justice, they're great kids, great people.
Kids.
What I am at my age, I could be your dad. Okay. More weird, the fact that they think Bigfoot is real, or the people that roam Vegas.
Let's just pass on Bigfoot.
All right.
You're not a believer.
All right. That's all
Not
we
a
need to know.
believer.
That's all we need to know. Moving on. I got somebody on my side.
Do you are you anti Bigfoot, or do you think Bigfoot, a species like that, could be out there? You just don't care, and you don't think there's enough evidence right now. Or are you anti Bigfoot?
Not enough evidence, but I know social media and the kids with the reels and stuff, they like doing the AI Bigfoot stuff. So those are kind of entertaining if you watch some of those.
Okay. Look at the hipster and Marco D'Angelo talking about AI.
They're ruining our reputation.
They are. We got Marco D'Angelo, WagerTalk.com. Marco, let's jump into it. I looked at these games and I told these guys, as long as we've been doing this together, I already know some of the narratives that you're going to give us, but I'm not giving them away. We got Virginia Tech getting a lot of points headed to NC State.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech, we remember the 0-3 start, got the coach fired. They come back and get the win last week, 38-6, but that was against Wofford. So let's not, start a parade for the new coach yet. But I'm looking at NC State, and we went against NC State last week. They're coming off a high-scoring loss to Duke, which we were very happy with the result of that game for us. NC State had a 2-score lead in that game at one point and blew it. So 4 turnovers did them in that game. Their defense got shredded all day, but here's the problem with NC State. They can't stop the pass at all. All 4 opponents they faced this year have thrown for 250 or more against them. I love going against teams like NC State that's coming off a high-scoring loss, because people automatically assume that they're going to bounce back at home. And then when you got them going from an underdog to a favorite, we like to step in front of them. And then one of my other angles that we like to look at, too, you've got the new coach. They got the win. Ride them till they lose with the new coach. But also, that 0-3 start really doesn't matter for Virginia Tech. All that matters for them is the ACC conference. Guess what? They got 0-0 in the conference because this is their first conference game. They can right the ship, get off to a good start in conference play. I'm going to actually call for the upset. We're getting 10 points here, but I think they can beat NC State in this game. Virginia Tech 27-24.
Yeah!
It's Marco D'Angelo with us here, WagerTalk.com. Marco, some SEC ball. A&M, they're going taking on Auburn. Auburn's been good, not great. A&M, we still don't really know. They took down what we think is a solid Notre Dame team, but you really can't be sure with Notre Dame. What's your take on this? I know Texas A&M is getting 6.5 points on the road.
Texas A&M's minus 6.5, actually.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah. And first of all, Auburn's been good to us. We've cashed some tickets with Auburn this year because they're playing above what people expected them to do. But 2 things in this one. First of all, you alluded to that Notre Dame game. They had a bye week after the Notre Dame game. If they were playing right after that one, I would not be on Texas A&M. I'd have been talking about fat and sassy and those kind of things going into South Bend and coming away with that 41-40 win. They've had that extra week to prepare, so let's let them have their party the first week and pat themselves on the back. Now they're back to business with the second week to prepare for this game. Auburn, I got a question. That was a big game for them. They went into Oklahoma last week, played them tough. Remember, that was a 5-point game late. Late safety made it to 7-point margin. And you got to wonder, the quarterback for Auburn, does he have the same intensity coming into this game as he did last week? Because, he might have had something to prove last week, and we're talking about Jackson Arnold, who transferred from Oklahoma to Auburn. So that was a big game all the way around, name-wise SEC. Now, I realize Texas A&M is a ranked team. So you're not always going to, look past a team that's ranked. But when you had Oklahoma on the front side and you've got Georgia up next, now granted, the Georgia game, they do have a week in between before they play them, but that's still a bigger game. I just don't think Auburn gets the job done. I think Texas A&M, their offense has been electric. This team has been scoring against everybody. I don't think Auburn can trade points with them, and I don't think Auburn's defense is good enough to completely shut them down. I'm going to lay the
Marco, you still there?
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Do that again. You cut out when you were
whenever you get into the play.
Right, you were giving the play. It cut out.
Oh, no problem. Texas A&M, we're laying the 6.5, and I got them winning 31-20.
Yeah.
Well, forgive the connection issues, Marco. It's a Big Ten matchup. Big Ten, USC. Boy, you have to say that a couple more times to make that one sound correct. It's Illinois. They're coming off a worse faceplant than a wipeout contestant. They hit the big balls and went splat against Signetti's Indiana. Against USC, are they giving cash? Are they giving benefits? Are we giving out houses? No, this isn't Reggie Bush. We got real talent on this USC squad. I tell you what, it's a plus 6.5 for Illinois. USC favored by 6.5 on the road at Illinois. It's the Big Farmer. It's Lincoln Riley. Maybe the new Pete Carroll. What do you say here, Marco?
I love the intro to here, but you forgot to give me the trailer because I think I've seen this movie before. A Lincoln Riley team that scores a lot of points, but when they face a physical team, will they struggle again? I think so. I've seen the movie too many times. This line is way too high, guys, and this is an overreaction to last week. First of all, USC, they're scoring points, as I said. They're averaging 52 points a game so far. They're 4-0 straight up, but 2-2 against the spread, as they happen to be 0-2 against the spread in conference play with those inflated numbers. And then you talked about Illinois. They got absolutely smoked last week, 63-10. Coach Signetti for Indiana, God bless him. He let us to run up the score. I think he wanted to make a statement with Illinois because last year it was Indiana that was the sleeper, Cinderella, whatever how you phrase you want to use for them in the Big Ten. But coming into this season, it was Illinois getting that love, and he wanted to show them who still was boss. I can't wait till things come back around for him running up scores on teams. But I always tell you, you're never as good as your best game, nor are you as bad as your worst game. And everybody saw the 63-10 score, and they're making this line 6.5. Honestly, this line, if it would have been a normal score last week, USC would have only been a 3-point favorite in this game. This is an overreaction, and I think Illinois will have success against this USC defense, and they'll be able to keep this game close throughout. Yeah, USC is going to score their points. We know that, but I don't think they make enough stops. I'm going to go ahead and take the 6.5 points with Illinois, and I'm going to call for another upset here. I think they are a live home dog, 31-28, Illinois.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Maybe in some parts, maybe the biggest game in all of college football this weekend. When an impressive slate going on. You got Oregon, number 6 in the country, headed to Penn State, wide out. Which one of these teams is going to step ahead in the Big Ten and say we are for real and we should be a part of that 12 conversation?
Well, I made fun of Lincoln Riley in seeing this movie before, and even though I'm going to take him, I got to make fun of James Franklin because we've seen this movie before too. Can he beat a top 25 team? His record versus top 25 teams in his 11 seasons at Penn State is just 13-27. It gets worse when you get into the top 10 and top 5 versus top 10 teams, which Oregon is ranked 6th. They're 4-20, and if you go down to top 5 teams, he's just 1-18. That has been the knock on Penn State, and James Franklin has gotten crucified because of his offense, or I should say lack of offense, that vanilla offense that he's, had for so many years. The pressure is definitely on him to deliver. But guys, let's be honest. If you look at this roster and look at what they did last year and look at the added pieces this year, they have built this team to get the job done this year. There's no excuses left for them. They went out, got an offensive coordinator last year. Drew Allard's back for another season this year, and they gave him weapons to work with. Oregon and Penn State both have blown out the teams that they faced this year, but let's be honest, they haven't faced anybody tough. Penn State has had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and as I said, in those first few games, they totally outmanned their opponents, and they didn't show anything offensively. This is the week that they take the reins off of Drew Allard. You're going to see them attack offensively. We're going to see that so-called vaunted, upgraded offense that we saw. I think it's going to be Drew Allard's coming out party this week. I don't believe Oregon will be able to stop Penn State enough in this game. We know Penn State has a great defense. They always do. It's a Saturday night in Happy Valley. It is the whiteout game. He has had success in these whiteout games. I think they're 8-3 with the whiteout games, and I think they've won 6 in a row. I'm going to go ahead and take James Franklin. I hope I'm not having buyer's remorse on Sunday morning, but we're going with the Nittany Lions 34-23. Remember, this is a revenge game from last year. They met in the Big Ten Championship, and Penn State was really 1 or 2 plays away from playing for the national championship last year. I think this is their statement game. Let's get it done. Go Penn State.
Viva Las Vegas. Yeah!
Marco, to the NFL we go. Thursday night football. Yeah. 2-2-1 teams. It still is not that intriguing to me because I'm still not a Thursday night football fan. But hey, gives you something to bet on a Thursday night. The Seattle Seahawks, they're heading to the desert, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Seattle Seahawks are road 1.5-point favorites.
Yeah, and you know what? These Thursday night games, some of them have, on paper have looked like clunkers, and but we've been able to cash them the last couple of weeks. So let's keep that trend going. And yeah, it is an ugly looking game anytime you're looking at Arizona and what they've done so far. But they're coming off a gut-wrenching last-second loss in San Francisco last week, while Seattle enjoyed a lopsided blowout win. But let's be honest, guys, it was the Saints, or should we just drop the S and call them the Aints, because they're bad this year. Seattle put up 44 points, but if you look at the 44 points, you would think, okay, would they have 500 yards of offense? No, they only had 320 yards of offense. Arizona did struggle to move the football last week, but let's not confuse the Seattle defense with the 49er defense. We know the 49er defense is one of the elite teams in the NFL defensive-wise. Seattle, with those back-to-back easy wins, but if you look 2 weeks ago when they beat Pittsburgh, and we were on Seattle in that game, and I enjoyed cashing ticket with Seattle. I'll be the first to admit, was it Seattle beating Pittsburgh, or was it Pittsburgh beating themselves? Pittsburgh mistakes cost them in the just brain fart by the Pittsburgh Steeler guy on the kickoff, letting the ball just, sit there and go, pick up for the touchdown, turned that whole game around. Having to play on a short week on the road is always tough on these Thursday night games. It's not as tough when it's a division game, which this one is, because you know your opponent, you play them twice a year. But when I look at these two teams, and it is a conference game, and I look at where they're sitting at, Seattle getting that win last week, they're 2-1, and Arizona's 2-1. But you look at Arizona, and they can't afford. They already got a loss in conference play to San Francisco in the first week. If they get another conference loss here, 2 conference losses, what I'm pointing, the sense of urgency is more for them in this one. I'm going to go ahead and take Arizona. They did suffer an injury last week that is, going to hurt them some. Running back James Conner out for the season. So we're going to need Kyler Murray. We're going to need the dual threat Kyler Murray this week. He's going to have to perform with both his arm and his legs, and I think that's the intangible in this game. And with Seattle, I'm not buying into the Sam Darnold experiment just yet. Let's see how he does on a TV game, conference game, on the road. It's these type of games. We saw it at the end of the season last year that sometimes Sam Darnold doesn't play his best, or to have a flashback to his famous quote, I saw a ghost out there. Let's see what happens here. Let's take Arizona on Thursday Night Football. It won't be pretty, but let's call it 24.
Did we lose it again? Hello? Marco?
We were right there.
Right there again.
Let's get him redialed.
Let's get him redialed.
Yeah,
let's get him redialed. Sorry, buddy. He was just about to give you the score.
It was 24-something.
24-something. Let's call him back. Well, that's weird. It's a landline. What's up with the landline, Bigfoot?
It's the government's trying to silence us.
Bigfoot.
That's what's happening. They heard us talking about Bigfoot, and they're like, "Okay, no, we gotta get these guys off the air."
Bigfoot. Oh boy, he was fired up too. Justice was ready to rally the next game. He's ready to go. I can't wait to talk about the game I got. How teams go to this place and are never the same. All right, we got him back.
We have him. We got him.
All this Bigfoot talk. These guys have got the government censored.
I think
right
Vegas
now.
is trying to silence us here. I don't think Vegas wants to spread the juice that Marco's bringing.
All right, Marco, right there at the end, you're about to give that Arizona score.
Yeah, it was there. I calling for Arizona outright, 24-20.
Yeah.
All right, let's stick with the NFL. Hey, never has a Giant seemed so small. 0-3 go the New York Giants. Jackson Dart, starting quarterback. I tell you what, Russell Wilson, go do some high knees. Maybe get a cocktail in the Meadowlands. You, Bigfoot, and Jimmy Hoffa. Let's go out to the Chargers, 3-0. Jim Harbaugh. Hey, Jackson Dart's the kind of quarterback he would have recruited. Remember Shea Patterson at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy at Michigan. How about a pretty boy who can sling it with Jackson Dart? No, he's got big, tall, and strong Justin Herbert. Jim Harbaugh is slapping pads. What do you say here, Marco? Do they slap the Giants around, or is this a case where maybe Jackson Dart gives the G-men some juice?
Well, there's no question he's going to give a spark to this team. Rookie quarterbacks making their first start has not been a, good outcome history has shown us. But what I'm looking at here, guys, this is a play more against the Chargers than it is taking the Giants. You look at what the Chargers have done, and I know you're sitting there saying, what am I smoking here in Las Vegas? Because the Chargers are 3-0. It's the satisfaction of that 3-0. Guys, I can't remember a team that's really gotten screwed by the NFL's schedule makers to start a season. They started the season with a game in Brazil. Now, you're out of the country and you're playing a game, and they scheduled it as a conference game. You lose a home conference game. That should never happen to any team. Well, they were able to win and beat the Chiefs. Then they have to go, after playing in Brazil, they got to come to Vegas for a Monday night game and play the Raiders. Now, granted, the Raiders are not a top-notch team, but there was a lot of hoopla because it was the Pete Carroll first home game officially as the Raiders coach and Monday Night Football, all of that. They get the win again. Then they got to follow that up with playing the Denver Broncos, the team that if it's not going to be the Chiefs that you're battling for the division title, everybody agrees it's going to be the Broncos. That was a dogfight. They trailed almost the entire game, tied it late, won it at the gun with a field goal, and now they're 3-0 in the division. You know what phrase is coming next. They're fat and sassy after that 3-0 start, and they got to travel across country to play in the Meadowlands. Okay, if you've been to Jersey and you've been to the Meadowlands, okay, nothing exciting there, and it's an early start. I always say the least important game on a team's schedule when you get down to tiebreakers and so forth is always a non-conference road game. That's what this is. I'm taking the Giants here. Get me that spark. Get me Jackson Dart. He's going to make some runs. And let's face it, when you're preparing for a team that there's no game film on the quarterback. Yeah, he's ran through a few gimmick plays here and there so far this year, but we don't know what the game plan's actually going to be with him. That gives the other team an advantage. Let's take the Giants plus the 6.5. And I'll tell you, wait on this one. Wait till Sunday. I expect this line to go to 7. Let's get the full touchdown. Take the Giants plus the points. It goes down to a late field goal, and maybe this time the Chargers are on the wrong end of it. Giants 20-17.
Viva Las Vegas. Yeah, boy, this next game, Marco, I feel like these quarterbacks are like out of a scene of Bull Durham when Kevin Costner's got the ice on his knees as they take the flight to Dublin. And don't they know that when you go to Dublin, the team that loses, it's never good for them? Fast forward, you got your Steelers headed out there.
Yeah, trust me, neither team really wants to go there, but the NFL is, hell-bent on doing the international game, so somebody's got to win it. Now, before anybody accuses me of being a homer, just let me recap. We've gone against the Steelers the first 2 weeks of the season in cash tickets. I was not involved in the game last week, so me taking the Steelers this week is not a homer call. But I will tell you, this part of it being a little bit of homer, the Pittsburgh Steelers will take over Dublin. Their fans travel. It doesn't matter where it is. When they're on the road, you see those black and gold towels everywhere. They've set up headquarters in Dublin, and I'm looking at this one. Carson Wentz, okay, yeah, everybody's going to look at that score from last week, 48-10, and we were on Minnesota. We loved that situation, but it's week 2 of the injured player theory. We like to take the team with the injury in week 1 because everybody rises to the occasion to compensate for the loss. But when they get that win in week 1, I like to go against them in week 2. And we saw this line make a big jump because of the overreaction to that score. The early number on this game was Pittsburgh to be a 1 or 1.5 point favorite. We've now got the Vikings a 2.5 point favorite, which is a overreaction to 1 week. And it wasn't that Carson Wentz lit them up going up and down the field. It was because Cincinnati imploded with 5 turnovers in that game. You have 5 turnovers, you're supposed to win football games. Carson Wentz, there's a reason he has played for 6 different teams in 6 years, okay? He's not that good. I'm going to go ahead and take Pittsburgh in this one to get the job done. We'll take them to win this one outright, 27-20. And as each week goes by, if he doesn't get hurt, Aaron Rodgers will get more and more comfortable in this offense and with his receivers on these timing routes. Pittsburgh gets the job done, and maybe we'll have to hoist a Guinness on Sunday. That's going to be really early Sunday morning for me. I'm not looking forward to watching the Steeler game here in Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. Yeah.
Marco, before we get you out of here, what might be the game of the weekend? If you would have told me preseason that leaving week 4, one of the teams between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens would be 1-3. If you'd have given me 3 guesses, I couldn't have guessed which team would be coming out of this game at 1-3. It's incredible, but it's still the game of the weekend. The Chiefs, they are hosting the Ravens, but the Ravens 2.5 point road favorites. What do you like in this one in a game that it's shocking to think that one of these teams will be 1-3?
Yeah, we thought that there was going to be some regression on Kansas City this year. We saw how they, got by in a lot of games last year, and then what happened in the Super Bowl. But Baltimore, nobody saw this coming. Yeah, offensively, they've been a juggernaut. And you look at these 2 offenses, man, what a difference. Kansas City has scored 60 points in 3 games. Baltimore has scored 111 points, and somehow they're 1-2. On paper, it looks like Baltimore should roll here. But they're, you look at this, there's just something off with this Baltimore defense this year. Granted, they faced 2 of the, best offenses in the NFL in those losses against Buffalo and Detroit, but it's the lapses that, the defense that concerns me. The teams are running against them. Kansas City, I know they don't have, a powerful running game, but the difference here is Kansas City can play defense. They held Philadelphia in check in a very similar spot here 2 weeks ago. They lost the game by 3 in a defensive battle, 20-17. And if you go back to that game, they very easily could have won that game. The game shifted on, the Travis Kelce play in the end zone on the tip ball, turned that around. I always tell you on the show, give me the better defense getting points. That's always going to line me up on that particular team. Then give me that team playing at home. That's going to move it up a couple notches. Then you tell me my quarterback is still Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to go that route. And remember this stat, guys. In his career as an NFL starter, Patrick Mahomes, when his team is an underdog, they are 11-3 straight up. You're an underdog. You're supposed to lose the game. So if you come in with a 500 record, that's good. 11-3. Give me Mahomes. Give me the home team. Give me the defense. Let's call it Kansas City 27-24.
Viva Las Vegas. Yeah, Marco, always good stuff. How does one prepare himself for this weekend of college football and NFL and the Ryder Cup in Vegas? I'm sure you got reservations somewhere, and you'll do something nice for the wife when you come back home.
Well, the wife, and in case she's listening, she got taken care of last week. It was her birthday last weekend, so she got all the weekend. This weekend, it's all football, and it's going to be fun. And I'm really looking forward to watching the Penn State-Oregon game because that if Penn State does what they're supposed to do, it's going to solidify them, as one of the national championship contenders for this year. And this team, I said it coming in, James Franklin has no excuse with what they built there in Happy Valley, but I can tell you it'll be very unhappy if they don't get the job done. And I can't stay up too late because, as I said, that Steeler game starts mighty early here on the West Coast for playing in Dublin. So it's going to be a long weekend. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'll tell you how I'll prepare for the weekend, Hooksy. 8 to 10 beer.
Yeah, I hear vodka OJs on a Sunday morning are not bad, Marco.
We'll get it done, guys.
Awesome.
We're a seasoned veteran here in Vegas.
Yes, you are. Well,
but I'll
Marco,
be eating my wings a little bit earlier this week.
That's all right. That's all right. Marco will tell us again all the places we can find you and talk about that show. Boy, if you haven't watched, you got to go check them out.
All right. Well, check out Bet On It, both the college and NFL edition. That comes out on Wednesday nights. And then tonight, my show that we started last year and off to a good start this year as well. 3 weeks in the book, Marco's Deli. You like these sandwich games and things that I tell you, trap games. Well, I do an extended version of that show. And we're 10-5 for the season on that show. 3 straight winning weeks, 67% against the spread. That's available on our YouTube channel. And, of course, follow me on X at Marco in Vegas. And, of course, you can, for the cool kids, you can find me on Instagram as well.
Awesome, Marco. Thank you again, my friend. Have a great week, a great weekend, and let's go cash those tickets.
All right, guys, you know the drill. Let's cash them. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, Marco. Marco D'Angelo, wagertalk.com. If you missed anything or parts of the segment, go to YouTube afterwards. You can get all of Marco's plays. I'll just tell you, he gives you a lot of the great plays. We were 6-2 last week. You do what you need to do. Take a peek at that. So let's take a break, come back. We'll talk a little Ryder Cup and stories that we missed.
All right, long one here.
Okay, beautiful.
Marco. We could 2-segment this if you want. We've got 10.5.
Okay.
On the clock.
Let's do that. We'll do a little, how about a little quick Ryder Cup?
So we could do a 5-5 here?
Yep. Just keep me honest.
Yep.
Quick Ryder Cup. Get in, get out, then stories, and bam.
Get in, get out. We hate the Brits. Yeah.
Europeans as a whole.
True.
Just don't signal them out. Just all of them right now.
Just lump them all.
They're just enemies.
Just lump them all. They're the enemy.
Right now. Monday morning, whatever.
Some of them like baguettes. Some of them like beans on toast. Either way, they're the enemy.
They just are. Today at 3:00, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, they put out the it's fun to watch the pairings. I like to watch the pairings get announced, especially when you're in the room because you have both captains strategizing.
Mm-hmm.
So like America will go first, and the Europeans in the second pick. Then the Europeans got to go, and then the Americans will match them up. And it's always an interesting strategy how they're going to come out of the gates, how they're trying to set the tone.
Speaking of setting the tone, how I'm setting the tone for the weekend.
What are we making? We got a smoker fixed?
No.
Uh-oh.
I think Saturday might just be a 12 hours at the sports bar day.
That's so good.
That's great, right?
That's great.
And we talked about this earlier in the week. I think it's get home from our Saturday morning show, do a quick cleaning on the house, make sure everything looks in order. You have to be a little bit productive during a bye week.
No, you have to be.
And then walk to the sports bar near my house. It's 2.5 blocks away. Just gonna walk to the sports bar, post up there from probably 12:30 to midnight.
Yeah.
10 pitchers of beer. That might be a lot.
You went 10. You said 8 to 10. You're on the high side now.
I said 8 to 10 beer. I'm looking at depending on how many people show up to the
I was
sports
gonna
bar.
say you're like, hey, here's the mass text.
Well,
if you need me,
are you getting a group together?
if you need me, I'll be here.
Probably.
I'll be here.
See, I know last Husker bye week. So this place I go to, every single pitcher that you buy, they give you a pitcher card.
Oh yeah, baby.
Once you collect 5 of those, it's a free pitcher.
Oh boy.
Last year,
You set yourself up for success.
last year we all summer long, we were sowing seeds at the sports bar. We reaped them on a bye week. We had
you went for you had them all like stacks. Like
I want to say we showed up with like 45 pitcher cards, and we used all of it. That was 9 free pitchers. It was a good day.
That's success.
It was a good day.
Just have a plan.
He was useless at work.
That's why
I'm the same.
No, that
way.
was a Saturday. I was useless on the Sunday.
You were useless at work the next day.
My plan is set up the same way. Like I'm gonna get up early. We're taking off. We're gonna go up to somewhere else. But it's between Friday afternoon, Friday night, and Saturday morning early. Got to get my stuff done. Right? Get it done. Because I have a goal. I express this and share your goals if you have people to share them with. I will share it with my wife. I will be sitting down somewhere with a beverage at 11 o'clock on Saturday. The only times I probably get up is maybe to get not even that bathroom. That's about it. Snacks will be beside me.
See, that's why I like the
least amount of movement as possible.
See, I got volleyball on Saturday, so my plans are a little different because me and Bobby Hessling got the Maryland call for this Saturday.
What time is that one at?
At 3
3
p.m.
That's it right.
So you got plenty of time.
You're fine.
No,
okay.
it's right in the middle. So I get the sandwich. I can get my Ryder Cup viewing in early. You know what I'm talking about.
That's like 6 a.m. by the way.
Yeah.
Here's an aside.
I can get my Ryder Cup viewing in. I can get volleyball split in the middle. I can be around at my buddy's place for the late games in a comfortable change of clothes. And then you know what? It's my buddy's birthday, so we're going out later. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a great day.
Part aside here, I hate Husker football 2:30 mid-afternoon kickoffs because you can't watch college football all day.
No.
Like,
not in the line of what you're doing.
Not in line, but even if you're at like a tailgate, like you're hanging out, watching, like getting ready for Husker stuff. You're chatting with people.
It's also
and what we do, like a pregame should start at 11, so we can't watch 11 a.m. football.
Nope.
And then postgame show wrapped up at 8. Let's see, 6, 7, 8,
It was right at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. So by the time it was finally like out of there, like we're in the second half of the primetime games.
It's also different if you're a Husker fan and you lose a game like that. Yeah, whatever football. Turn the page.
Got a phone call coming in here, Justice.
Yep.
Ernesto. Remind me, Marco sent me a quick text. Whenever that happened with the phones, that when he came back, he could barely hear us. I don't know what that was about. Odd that it was a landline.
Yeah, it's strange.
He just said he could barely hear our questions. Boss man! Yeah, they're just staring at us. Dun 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 dun.
And the phone lines misbehaved again.
I'm telling you that. So I said we have to mention to him.
Yeah, I'll get him back going. But here we go.
Okay.
A shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. A few moments left. Thanks for hanging out with us. Special thanks to Marco D'Angelo, WagerTalk.com. Do we have our guy?
We got our guy.
Our guy, Nesto. What up, brother?
Nothing, guys, man. Justice, I saw you yawn. Get some sleep, man. Those late nights are going to hurt you. They'll catch up on you.
Hey, I got 7.5 last night. I thought I was doing okay. I woke up this morning, my body's like, that wasn't enough. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I'm too young
like
to be
a
doing
bank.
this.
Got to make deposits because you're taking withdrawals all the time every weekend.
That's what I'm saying.
Marco D'Angelo, I wish you could have him on all year. I'm cashing tickets and taking names.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan, I'm speaking directly to you from what the comments were on the chat. Yes, the new guns are less spicy than the Boy Wonder. And I do not have to pull teeth to get my songs played from them, especially because YZ and Justice are B-boys. And Rob, it's great to see you. It's like seeing the Yeti. And not only that, remember the 2 hours that Ryan and I were lobbying for?
Mm-hmm.
They're great. And we need more. We need more contact. We need 2.5, 3 hours, maybe even a show for the young guns late night with the boys. Woo!
Good stuff. Thanks, Ernesto. Appreciate you, brother.
That's awesome. You know what else is awesome? The Ryder Cup. Hooksy.
Yes, it
Hooksy, we got
is.
some on tap for this weekend. It's America versus everybody else.
Let me ask, what is the perfect weekend drink while watching the Ryder Cup?
You're asking the wrong guy because it is the same all the time.
It's Crown and water?
Yeah,
That's
it's
Canadian.
No. It's Crown with a splash.
Well, here's
of
what I'll
water.
probably go.
That's
I'll probably go
Canadian.
this way because I'm one of two guys. I'm not a beer guy, and I'm just having never.
That's fair.
What I might turn to, it's one of two ways. I might go vodka. I can go vodka water splash cranberry, just a little splash, or I just go with the athlete vodka Gatorade.
The athlete. I love that.
How about that?
That's what we call a Batman spike plot right there. That's how you get the athlete right off the game.
The athlete. I know. I probably have to drop the Canadian whiskey this week.
Gotta have something American.
Gotta have something.
Well, what if it's no? I'm not getting. What if it's the Kirkland brand? Where's that from?
The Kirkland brand of Canadian whiskey?
Yeah, like from Costco. What if I'm getting the Costco stuff?
I think you
I
got
don't know where it's made at. Is it made somewhere else?
Get some Jack going. Get some Southern Comfort. Get a little something going on the harder side there.
Yeah.
To me, this is a Woodford old fashioned kind of
Woo,
weekend.
God,
That's
I
American.
get into those. I might miss the first after the front nine. I'm out.
I don't
Look,
you can't
Hooks
make
might
it.
hit the
I will.
afternoon
I'll give
now.
you this. I'll give you this for my my weekend. It's going to be about. This might be a quantity, not quality weekend. We go for quantity because it's going to be a long Saturday. It's a marathon Saturday with all the games in the Ryder Cup and everything going on. But boy, it's going to kick off, I believe, 6 a.m. tomorrow. It is getting right. If you're into this, 3 o'clock today, they'll do the pairings. The pairings are fun to watch as they go back and forth, playing chess with each other, predicting who's going to be the best teams together. Like on the European side, you can see matchups happening. And I will give the Europeans the edge of the camaraderie, the team aspect of this. You look at a matchup like it could be Fleetwood and McEnroe play together, such complementary golf. How about you get the fiery twosome of Tyrrell Hatton and John Rahm?
Yeah, there's going to be broken clubs everywhere.
And then you get the number one player in the world, Scotty Scheffler. Probably going to go with a Russell Henley. The calming factor is everything. You're up here. I'm down here. I'm just methodically kicking your butt.
Who do you pair Bryson with?
Justin Thomas.
That's your take?
It is length versus precision on that. Because this is a chess match in these early matches. If you know the foursome, the way they play the four balls and things like that is whoever, if you got to decide based on player type of shot they hit. One person tees off on the odd holes, one gets the even holes. Strategy right there. right? So if Bryson can find the right to left fairways, the way he hits the golf ball, find fairways where if it's Justin Thomas, watch out. Scotty Scheffler will probably tee off on one. That's a left to right ball flight on a tee shot.
Perfect.
In the who's who. Here's a stat I saw this morning. This is a great one. It talks about what it means to be up in these matches at the turn. If you don't know what that means going to hole 10. This is since 1985. If you're one up at the turn, 64% chance, 64% of the time, that team has won. It goes up from there. If you're 2 up, 82%, 3 up, 89%. If you're 4 up, you're dominating. 98% of the time, you're going to win. So watch these matches, 1, cheering for America, and 2, watch what happens at the turn of these events. And also who gets the rest, because not everybody plays each session. Or sometimes they ride the hot hand. But I will tell you this. I think Bryson will be the X factor on that team, not only from the play, but from the energy level that he's going to bring.
What are you expecting from the course, Bethpage Black?
I tell you what, after today, it'll be interesting. I thought it was going to play one way, but all the rain they just got, this is going to make an electric golf course. It's going to be soft. You might not get rolls that are happening now. They look like the weather's moving out for the rest of the week, but I think in that Friday tomorrow, be a little soft, which might make greens more receptive and a lot of birdies flying around.
I mean, means guys like Scotty can go attack.
They can attack mode. All about drive, but this is a U.S. Open style rough. It'll be tough to play, but that'll kick off tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So let's take a break, come back, do a few stories that we missed.
All right.
Hooksy, Justin, what's up? Hooksy's going to pregame for the Ryder Cup. Duh.
By taking your own putter and playing around at adventure golf. That's what he's saying.
There's things that you don't do, by the way. If I catch you doing, I'm calling you out. That bother me. If you take your own putter to a mini golf, you're out.
Kick him out.
Other thing that I make fun of people about, watch it. I hope you don't, because if you watch golf anytime, Friday, whatever tournament, if you're wearing golf shoes to the golf tournament, goofball, you're not playing.
Dude, I
don't get it.
I don't wear golf shoes. I wear a nice pair of sneakers.
Like,
Get a
seriously,
nice pair of sneakers on the course.
What are you gonna do in your golf shoes at the golf tournament?
It's for traction. Traction walking.
It's to get the professional air under you, Hooksy.
What? And they're like the night. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, don't be that guy that
I go
takes
golf
your putter to the mini golf.
Dude, I go golf with my
nerd
buddies in
alert.
sneakers, bro.
Yeah, the only club you should take to the mini golf course is the driver.
It's
Things
just
going
ridiculous.
Bad, tee that thing up and get it off the course.
Brandon Forte, I agree with you. Says I worry about Bryson putting. Also, why I like him paired with Justin Thomas.
Elijah, the first guy to ever win a long drive competition at a mini golf course.
Gone forever.
I can't say the second part of that, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Just some weird stuff. I've seen that before at the mini golf.
Dude, they have the whole bag.
No, just their putter.
Oh yeah,
with the putter cover. Go to what?
They're like sitting down. They're like trying to read the green. It's like, buddy, just putt.
Come on, bro.
We're on Vegas felt. What are you doing?
And by the way, if you're out there and you're one of the owners of those places, they walk up with a putter, either tell them to leave or charge them $50.
There you go, double it. Here we go.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. Just a couple, probably seconds left in this Thursday edition of the Morning Hookup.
We got 3 minutes. We're fine.
Well, I don't know. I just went on a rant. We're talking Ryder Cup, and there's a few things that bother me. Right? Is it okay to rant about it?
Yeah.
Don't take your putter to the mini golf.
You're a man. You're 40.
Not your own putter.
All right,
closer to 50. Relax.
Don't
take your own putter to the golf mini golf.
I don't know if you're
Tell
Elijah.
me you suck without telling me you suck.
If you're Elijah, apparently you bring a driver, you try to win the long drive competition at the mini golf course. He's saying, forget that. Give me a pitcher, give me a driver, let me go hammer this thing. Let me show the kids who's boss.
If you show up to a mini golf and you got to open your trunk and take your entire bag out, get out of here.
Should we get some stories that we missed?
Yes.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Boy, did you see this? Sometimes these things catch my eye. I like to collect things. Did you see it? That there was a skateboard just sold for at an auction on Wednesday? It's a Tony Hawk skateboard. It's a 900 he did a 900 in competition with it. Any guesses what a skateboard from Tony Hawk sold for at an auction?
Assuming it was Assuming it was the first
I
900 board.
He used it to land an unprecedented 900 in competition. Sold
Assuming
for
it was that one, I would guess it was probably north of $100,000.
How about 1.152 million? Take that.
That's a lot of
You
cheddar.
must really wanted that skateboard because that is not a boy. It was actually, it says in this article, ESPN put it out, the final price was approximately double the pre-sale estimate. Buyer not disclosed. $1.152 million for a skateboard.
That's crazy. Did you see the WNBA's now complaining about physicality in their league? Did you see that?
They shouldn't be complaining. It's what makes the WNBA fun.
A couple of coaches out there saying after, game 2, they're out here saying, maybe it's a little too physical. This won't fly in the NBA.
Can I say, if there's people out there that miss what 1980s and 1990s NBA was, I say this not jokingly. Go watch the WNBA. You got elbows being thrown. You got fights on the floor. Oh, hey, you don't like the 3-ball? You miss mid-range shots? Go watch the WNBA. They actually kind of play more akin to what the NBA was back in the day.
Is it a hot take on mine that I in all honesty, I think they're crazy. I think this is what they want. They want physicality.
Yeah.
If you want, and again, I'm not dogging the product, okay? If you want people to watch it, it's got to be that element. Don't tell me you don't want that.
They don't want
that.
it, Hooksy.
They're crazy.
That's what they're saying.
They're
don't
crazy.
Want it. That's like saying that you don't want to
Sophie
make money.
Cunningham dragging somebody. Come on now.
She's out for the year, unfortunately.
And I know, but back when she did.
They just don't want to make money, Hooksy. That's all I'm
That's
hearing. They don't want to
crazy.
rake in the bread.
That's crazy. Well, thanks for hanging out with
as
us.
of right now, and I think it's partly because of the physicality, I think the WNBA is just as watchable, if not more watchable than the NBA right now.
Hey, if you want to rake in the bread, somebody's got to get hit in the head. That's what I say.
Woo! That's a bar. That's a bar.
Somebody's got to take that. The NFL does it. That's all
Knock
I'm
that
saying.
one down. Well, thanks for hanging out with us on a Thursday. You guys have a great Thursday. Tomorrow, whole lot of Dr. Dane Todd, Jeff Moats. Catch you on a Friday.